All right. I look forward to sharing with you this next entry of my writing. Embracing chaos, basically. So I was meeting with my dear friend Jordan Wiley Hill last night over Zoom. When we meet, we delve into the depths of chaos that is present in reality during regular times. In the midst of this global crisis, we particularly enjoyed each other's company, exploring total chaos. After probing the depths of the crisis and our souls, we reflected upon the irony of having a Passover Seder during the pandemic. It's not the sad irony of having to share this intimate meal remotely with friends and family. Rather, it's an existential irony. Seder means order. Should we impose the order of this ritual on the chaos we are experiencing in real time today? We tell the story of the Israelites being protected in their homes during the destruction. How can we tell this story, when the destroyer is outside of our homes? It's the difference between talking about something versus experiencing it. How do we create a ritual that honors our reality, that needs redemption from the oppression of this current enslavement? Instead of calling it the Passover Seder, we decided we'll call it Passover Chaos. The ritual must serve the purpose of unleashing the current chaos. Otherwise, it will come across as a pedantic, artificial exercise. The rabbis structured the arc of the telling of the story, which is the central part of the ritual, as beginning in shame and ending in praise. Will our current experience of shame, pain, and oppression be too overwhelming to reflect on since we are in the midst of it? How do we create an authentic experience that's not overwhelming or superficial? I'm going to dedicate these writings in the next week leading up to Passover on the eve, which takes place on the eve of April 8th, as a sort of commentary that can shape the ritual in this manner. To jump into the ritual, I'm going to jump into the ritual right now. We begin with raising a glass of wine to set this moment apart as a sacred moment. And we declare, as one passage of what we call the Kiddush, "In love, you, Lord our God, have given to us holidays for joy, celebrations for rejoicing. This day of the holiday of Matzah, the time of our freedom, a sacred occasion, a remembrance of the exodus of Egypt." And then right afterwards, we add another blessing, thanking God for bringing us to this special moment. How do we recite these words? Do we really have joy? Are we really grateful for being in this moment? So I add an interpolation that makes the tragic reality of this moment part of the sacredness of setting aside a time that we lift our cup up to define where we are. And this is what I would encourage people to say in addition to the celebratory passage. We stand here in shock as we witness suffering on a global scale that we have not seen before in this generation. Our families are holed up in our houses while the virus is unleashed and spreading through our world, our society. our community, our friends, and our family. We affirm life in the midst of this chaos. We preserve joy in this time of great mourning. Together we are in this, and together we will emerge out of this moment. So after the Kiddush, after setting aside this moment as sacred, we move to the next step of the order, which ironically is the washing of the hands, or chatz. This is a ritual washing, splashing a bit of water on each hand. But I suggest that we change this ritual by having people, all the participants, wash their hands with soap. And before the washing, before the drying, after the washing, say simply, "Please God, protect us from contracting or spreading the virus." These opening rituals are intended to introduce the immediate threat that exists today and set the stage for how we will tell the story in the next part of the Seder, the story of slavery and redemption from it, while living it in the present moment. So embrace the chaos in the world, in our soul, because without doing so, it's just going through the motions. Have a good night.